Hi children, computer system organization. We are going to continue with this topic. So today's session is about output devices. Can you tell me what is an output device? Yeah, output device carries data that has been processed by the computer to the user. So output devices provide data in various forms. It can be audio format, visual format, or a hard copy media. So the devices are usually used for display, projection, or for physical reproduction. So monitors and printers are the two most commonly used output devices. So these output devices are all peripheral hardware and are connected to the computer by cables or by wireless networks. Let's see few examples of our output devices. The most famous and the most commonly used device is the monitor. Okay, so the monitor comes in various sizes and resolutions. Let's see few of them. Cathode ray tube. This uses phosphorescent dots to generate the pixels that constitute displayed images. So next is flat panel screen, which makes use of liquid crystals or plasma to produce output. Light is passed through the liquid crystals in order to generate pixels. All monitors depend on a video card, which is positioned either on the computer motherboard or in a special expansion slot. The video card sorts out the computer data into image details that the monitor can then show us. So now about the printer. This generates a hard copy version of processed data like documents and photographs. The computer transmits the image data to the printer, which then physically recreates the image typically on a paper. Types of printers: inkjet, laser, dot matrix. Now about inkjet. This kind of printer sprays teeny dots of ink onto the surface to form an image. So how about laser? Laser utilizes stone or drums that roll through magnetized pigment and then transfers the pigment onto a surface. Dot matrix, that is the oldest form. Dot matrix printers utilize a print head to set images on a surface using ink ribbon. These printers were commonly used between 1980s. Now about speakers. Speakers are attached to computers to facilitate the output of sound in a more clear way. Sound cards are required in the computer for speakers to function. The different kinds of speakers range from simple two-speaker output devices right the way up to surround sound multi-channel units. Headset. This is a combination of speakers and microphone. So it is mostly used by gamers and is also a great tool for communicating with family and friends over the internet using some VoIP, that is voice over internet protocol, program or other. So presently it is useful in our online classes also. Projector. This is a display device that projects a computer created image onto another surface. Usually some sort of whiteboard or wall or a white hanging. The computer transmits the image data to its video card, which then sends the image to the projector. It is the most often used media for presentations or for viewing videos. Plotter. This generates a hard copy of a digitally depicted design. The design is sent to the plotter through a graphics card and the design is formed by using a pen. It is generally used with engineering applications and essentially draws a given image using a series of straight lines. So let's see what are the devices that can be used both as input as well as output devices. So they don't only provide output but can also be used as storage and input devices. If the computer transmits data to the drive where it is saved and can be later accessed. Examples of I/O devices are CD drive, DVD drive, USB drive, hard disk drive or floppy disk drive. These are all used to transmit data from the drive and it can be used later. CDs and DVDs are two kinds of optical discs which saves data in a digital format. Data is written onto the disc using a laser writer that embeds the data directly into the disc coating. A floppy disk is a magnetic storage device, and it is becoming it was used in the older days. A layer of magnetized material is placed within a proactive plastic casing. The computer then embeds the data into the magnetized material by using a writing head. Okay, so with this we come to the end of the output devices, and now we see about booting. What is booting? So whenever we switch on the power and then switch on the power button in the CPU, what happens? That is what is called booting. The process of loading the system files of the operating system from the disk into the computer. Computer memory to complete the circuitry requirement of the computer system is called booting. So what happens? It checks with the operating system. The operating system gets ready and it checks with the connectivity of the hardware. What are the hardware? Input devices, output devices, your CPU, your memory. If everything is connected properly and the operating system is ready, that is being checked using booting. Type of booting: cold booting and warm booting. So cold booting, if the computer is in off state and we boot the computer by pressing the power switch on from the CPU box, then it is called as cold booting. What is warm booting then? If the computer is already on and we restart it by pressing the reset button from the CPU box or Ctrl-Alt-Delete buttons simultaneously from the keyboard, then it is called as warm booting. So now we have seen the booting also. To run this booting process, we need a bootstrap loader, which is a program which is stored inside the ROM, that is your read-only memory. So which is initiated as soon as the power button is switched on. With this we end the session. Hope that you understood the concepts of output devices and the booting process. Thank you children. Meet you again.